We are back, my lovelies, with a brand new camera! Welcome back to Fabulous Makeup, and thank you for watching. If you're new, subscribe, join the Fab Fam, and if you're returning, welcome back, lovelies. Let's get started. I'm prepping my face with my fuckboy Repellent to keep all the haters away and all the broads away. Ain't no hating today. Sipping on that haterade ain't for us. Spray that all over the face to prep, and then I'm applying my Naked Skin Foundation in the shade 9.0. And blending it out with a beauty blender. So this is going to be a quick and straightforward contouring video. I'm trying out some Aesthetica cream contour. I heard it was a dupe for the Anastasia cream contour kit. Since I have that, I thought I would try it out and see what the hullabaloo was about. So the first shade I'm going in with is Heiress, and I'm using my Morphe MB10 brush. And I thought this was like the slightly darker of all three of the shades. But it was still kind of light, so I probably would have mixed it with one of the darker shades that was on the bottom. But, you know, live and learn, I just kind of went with it. Just a demo, first impressions. It worked out in the end, though, so I won't worry about it too much. So like I said, we're highlighting and contouring today, and right now we're highlighting. And highlighting is taking the lightest shade, any kind of light shade that is lighter than your foundation, and we are going to apply those to the highest points of the faces to make them look more prominent or bring them out more. And I'm taking the darkest shade, Chic Parisian, and I'm contouring with that, and contouring is basically chiseling the face, also deepening and bringing depth to the face. Now when finding the right highlight shade and the right contour shade, generally you want to go one shade lighter than your foundation, maybe a couple of shades lighter for the highlight, and then a couple shades or one shade darker depending on how contour you want to be that day for your contour shades. I'm using a damp beauty blender rather than a dry beauty blender because a dry beauty blender isn't going to blend out your makeup at all, really. It's going to start absorbing your makeup because it's dry, and if it's damp, it's not going to absorb your makeup as much, and it's also going to help blend out a lot easier and a lot smoother, and it's going to make your makeup look a lot more flawless. For me personally, I like to use the same beauty blender because it's less tools, so I'll just use two different sides of the blender just so that the contour and highlight don't get too muddy. So I tried to sneak in my Tartiest Pro Glow palette into here with the contour shade, but it ended up being the exact same shade as my face, so I just ended up just not using it. And went ahead and set my face with Sacha Buttercup setting powder. Now y'all, a quick timeout. Setting powder is totally different from finishing powder. If you're trying to bake and you're using finishing powder, it's not gonna work because finishing powders are a little bit lighter, whereas setting powder is a little bit heavier and thicker. So what I'm doing right now is bronzing up the face using the contour kit in medium to tan from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Espresso. And I'm using my Morphe MB4 angled blush brush, and it's also a contour brush, so obviously that's what I'm using it for. What I used on my nose was Summer Nights, and that was a lighter contour shade that I use on my nose because I don't want too much of a dark contour on my nose personally, at least not anymore. Now bronzers warm up the face, and they also help blend all the contours and highlights together so that everything kind of looks all together now, making love. And then to highlight under my cheek, I used the Tartiest Pro Glow powder out of that and set underneath the contour and clean that up and highlight underneath it. Kind of give it a little bit of extra depth. And then what I did was use a clean Morphe brush and dusted off the rest of the powder all over the face, so then it kind of set all the creams and any remaining foundation. The pressed powder from Sacha was just extra highlight underneath the eyes. I went ahead and did my lips and eyes off camera. Hopefully this was a helpful tutorial for y'all. Always feel free to join our Fab Fam and subscribe down below. And if you or you and your friend like this mug, go ahead and share. Invite your other friends to watch this mug with y'all. And stay beautiful inside and out. Much love.